So my first question is, what is your definiteness of purpose in this life?
Perfect. That's a great question. I I want to improve people's imagination to fulfill their fullest potential and use their creative, most most used effort in order to fulfill their purpose in life. And I believe that we have so much in ourselves, including awareness, imagination, that can be used better. So this is how I find myself fulfilling my purpose in this life.
Why?
Because it worked for me. It worked for me when I used my imagination, when I used my awareness to get to where I want to go. When I was stuck in darkness, I had experienced a stage of my life where I was totally weak, and in a way that I drifted off my way when I was when I was in college, and that was because I went away from the things that I love to do, which is I've been wanting to pursue acting since I was 10 years old, and then going to college because I had to go into a real life experience, you know. And I went to biomedical engineering. I was in Philly. I was studying at Widener University, and I partied in my sophomore, junior year, and I got involved in partying, drugs, and stuff. And during that, I lost myself. So when I lost myself in the beginning, I enjoyed it. I was at the top of my game, you know, enjoying my life, becoming the best version of myself, which is like going, using drugs. I went all in. I never thought about overthought stuff. So I was like, clicking, and having fun, enjoying, just like drifted. And then I went to a point where I experienced darkness. So I would say that I had um, experienced things that are right, but in the wrong way. Like I was thinking of things that are right to me, but in the wrong way because of the things I was using. So I went too far and I drifted so much, and then I had a car accident which awakened me to um, to wake up and figure out what's gonna happen. And at that point, I was weak. You know, I stopped doing everything. I looked at my life. I was miserable, and I figured that I was in my own world. I created a world of my imagination that somehow was real to me. That I was, for example, I created in my wall with using cools, uh, a vision board instead of cutting pictures and doing it the good way. So I messed up the whole wall, and as I can remember right now, I can see a microphone, I can see a camera, I can see acting, I can see stuff like I can remember right now. But it's just that's me inside me just going outside. That me was drawing things, and with the help of my family, I think they did a great job. They didn't know what was going on. They flew in here, my parents. They didn't know what was going on. I had a severe car accident. I'm very grateful that I'm out of it safe. Like the car, when they saw the car, and it looked like there was no man going out from there. And the thing about it is also my friend helped me. He was close to the car. He turned it off because the car accident happened to be in my side, and I wasn't wearing a seatbelt. I I hit the side of the gas, and and I flew out of the car because it hit the door of my car, and the car threw me outside, and that what happened is that my friend ran into the car and turned it off. So at that point, in my situation, I thought like, oh, I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna go and fix things, and I didn't know what to do. I was waking up in the morning not knowing what to wear because I thought this is wrong, this is right, this like in my mind, and my family did a great job of dealing with it in a way that the first moment I saw my dad, he was in a hotel room. I was so weak. Before that I was in a good shape. When I went through that path, I stopped going to the gym and everything, and I messed up my health. And first thing my dad told me when he saw me, he said, you can do whatever you want to do. You will accomplish what you want to accomplish. And that hit me so hard that everything that happened was because I lost my faith. I thought this is what this thing that I'm doing is going to help me get to where I want to go in the wrong way. But the thing I do want to say that looking back at it right now, it helped me really get to that dark place, and knowing how to get out of it is really affecting me right now into believing in myself and believing in what I want to do and have faith in God. Um, so so I wouldn't say go and do drugs in order to expand your imagination, or find the pathways of the brain, because it will do that for you until it destroy you. So I was very lucky and grateful and blessed that I got of it in the right time. I didn't spend so much time in there, and right now I know what I want because of that trauma that happened to me. Because when I was weak, I got to a point where after my dad stood up next to me and said, you can accomplish what you want to accomplish, is that I was broken apart, right? And the only way for me to move on is to bring the pieces together. And I went to a state of making decisions, and I saw it this way: either I'm going backwards or going forward. And I see the choice, and I analyze that this choice is gonna take me forward or gonna take me backward. And I can, for example, either I go back to using drugs or I go to the gym. They don't happen the same time. It's gotta be one choice, and it's gotta be that one choice that is going to lead to the second choice, to the third choice, in order for me to go on. And once I realized that, I went to a point where, I'm just driven, I'm just going. And I wrote down vision of myself and things I want to do, and just picked up the right choices in order for me to get there. And like, this is the worst thing that happened that happened to me right now, but it's the best thing in a kind of way that I figure out. You gotta go and make mistakes in order for someone to learn. And I wanted to share this. This is the first time I talk about it in public. I'm so grateful, and you can see that I had some hesitations that I want to say, but I know that this is the first time that I'm talking about it. That means the second time I talk about it, I'm gonna give more details in a better way. I just want people to relate to this, and really know that, if you are using a wrong method, you'll come to a place where you know that it's wrong. And whatever you're thinking about that is working for you, it might be working, but the how is wrong. How it's working is wrong. And right now I look at things and thoughts that I used to think about. They were somehow right, but the way I was thinking of it, the way I was acting upon it was wrong. So now I think about the thought that I had, and I say like, what can be done here in a way that I can think about this idea in a better way, in a more aware, like more with more consciousness, with more awareness, and I find it working with for me, and I'm so grateful.